सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।
Namaskar, I'm Harpreet Kaur and I welcome you all to our live and interactive session Sahyog. Sahyog sessions are held under the beautiful initiative of Ministry of Education as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan for providing psychosocial support to parents, teachers and of course students across the country. You are watching us live on PME Vidya channels 6 to 12 and also on our YouTube handle NCERT Official. इस सेशन में जो हमने टॉपिक लिया है वो बहुत ही रेलेवेंट, इंटरेस्टिंग है, स्पेशली आज के इस ओकेजन पर। वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट रेस्ट विदाउट निकोटीन, स्लीप हाइजीन फॉर मेंटल वेलनेस ऑन वर्ल्ड नो टोबैको डे। हम सब जानते हैं कि टोबैको किस तरीके से हमारे लिए हार्मफुल है। हम इसकी वार्निंग्स भी देखते हैं जहाँ पर भी इससे जुड़े प्रोडक्ट्स हम देखते हैं, लेकिन इससे बने प्रोडक्ट्स को कंज्यूम करना तो डेफिनेटली हार्मफुल है ही, लेकिन हमारी स्लीप हाइजीन को मेंटेन करना उतना ही एसेंशियल और यूज़फुल है हमारे ओवरऑल वेलबींग के लिए। आज इस सेशन में हम इस पर डिटेल में चर्चा करेंगे। आप भी हमारे सेशन का हिस्सा बन सकते हैं। आप हमें कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं हमारे 2 फ़ोन नंबर से। पहले हम आपको बताते हैं हमारा PME विद्या IVRS नंबर जो है 8800440559। हमारा एक मनोदर्पण नेशनल टेली हेल्पलाइन नंबर भी है जहां पर आप काउंसलर से बात कर सकते हैं। अगर हम इस नंबर की बात करें, ये है 8448440632। साथ ही साथ आप हमें ईमेल भी लिख सकते हैं। हमारी स्पेशल ईमेल आईडी है सहयोग के लिए, दैट इज sahyog.ncert@cit.nic.in। यूट्यूब हैंडल पर जाकर भी आप अपने क्वेश्चंस इंस्टेंटली टाइप करके हमें भेजिए। जी हाँ, NCERT ऑफिशियल हमारा हैंडल है और प्लीज़ हमारे एक्सपर्ट से जुड़िए। आज इस सेशन के लिए हमारे साथ 2 एक्सपर्ट्स मौजूद हैं। दे हैव जॉइंड अस ऑनलाइन और हम इस विषय में डिटेल में उनके साथ चर्चा करेंगे। सो प्लीज़ जॉइन मी इन वेलकमिंग माय गेस्ट फॉर टुडे। वी हैव विद अस मिस आस्था त्रिपाठी। मैम इज असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर ऑफ साइकोलॉजी एंड अ प्रैक्टिसिंग काउंसलर। मैम नमस्कार एंड वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू द सेशन।
नमस्कार मैम।
We are also joined by Lieutenant Dr. Rasmirekha Sethy. Ma'am is Associate Professor from RIENCERT Bhubaneswar. Ma'am, namaskar and very warm welcome to the session.
नमस्कार टू ऑल।
जी, सो अब हम अपनी इस चर्चा में आगे बढ़ते हैं एंड आई हैव वेरी फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन फॉर यू रश्मि मैम। स्लीप हाइजीन के बारे में हम अक्सर बात करते हैं, ये एक फ्रेज हम बोलते हैं, बट आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम यू कि स्लीप हाइजीन होता क्या है एंड व्हाई इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर एडोलेसेंस।
Thank you very much, madam, for your nice question. And actually, you have already said that this is very much relevant topic, and that too, it is very, very relevant to the adolescents. So, sleep, as all you know, that sleep is the very golden chain that ties health and our bodies together.
Yes.
So, through our food habits, through screen hygiene, eye mask, and fragrance in the room, moonlight cool to the mind, and reading the books, and like little warm to the feet, and hot water bag, and reverse counting, and yoga, all these are required for good sleep. What actually next slide if you so in the next slide is yes, so all these are the symbols what I have already said. So now come to the point, that is what is sleep hygiene and why it is important for the adolescent. And this picture actually what it shows, so many things are there by which we can practice, and also good practice can be done for the sleep hygiene. So then all of you know that sleep is very much important for maintaining a very good healthy life, and generally children are very much struggle around bedtime due to difficulty in falling asleep. So many use the special treatment to help them asleep. So some children talk even in sleep of the activities of the day. So this is considered normal if it occurs occasionally and does not have any impact or an impact on the child's functional ability during the daytime. If any deviation in sleeping is there, we know that one is not with the sound sleep. And so sleep hygiene is the habit which brings the sound sleep at night. So without any physical environments obstacle and mental disturbances, if one is sleeping and getting good sleep, is called sleep hygiene. For the adolescents, I'm telling about the adolescents, the minimum range of sleeping time is 6 to 8 hours at night. Adolescents should not face any kind of challenges or any kind of obstacles in getting their sleeping, and I mean to say that non-difficulty in sleeping. So non-difficulty in sleeping must be there. So adolescents used to dream, particularly nightmares are the common phenomena occurring in the very eye movement, rapid eye movement we can say. So sleep working and sleep talking is also disturbing elements. So both are the disturbing elements for the sleep hygiene. So while sleeping also, children they work, and so while talking also they while sleeping also they generally talk. So all these are the disturbing elements, and frequently wake up at the night is another problem for sleep hygiene. And children do not get sleeping due to excess use of the mobile or systems by which the bright light ray actually enters into the eyes and disturbs brain so easily. One will not get sleeping. So even they do not pay attention to towards their lifestyle. So that's very common with the nicotine is actually a stimulant like caffeine, and particularly the adolescents, actually for the adolescents, if anything is going wrong and they're taking the intoxicating things, particularly adolescence is the stage of a very crucial stage. During this stage, if one is getting acquainted with all these intoxicating things, one will not get the sound sleep. That means sleep hygiene is not there, and it increases the heart rate, raises the alertness, and suppresses the melatonin and the hormone that helps the adolescents fall asleep. While all these are the things why actually it should be avoided by the adolescents. And adolescents used to go astray. Sometimes the adolescents, if they will have the good friends, then it's okay. If they are not getting the good friends, they may go astray. So avoiding all those kind of things, even the friends, इसको हम बोलते हैं कुसंग में नहीं आना है, because sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times it happens, they will drag towards that particular situation. So the adolescents may not or cannot avoid also. So in this situation we can suggest to the adolescents that avoid all those kind of things. So that when you'll be getting the good sleep or sound sleep automatically, so it will lead towards the good sleep hygiene, and sleep hygiene will automatically will give the good health, that may be the mental health and physical health.
Right, you're right, ma'am. And of course, even as adults, when we do not sleep properly, we do not feel fresh and we are unable to concentrate on our work or daily routine. Now, Astha ma'am, I want to understand from you, how do you think that poor sleep impacts a person's mental health, especially when the person is at adolescent stage?
Okay, it's a nice question, ma'am. The thing is that all our cognitive processes, all the cognitive processes, be it attention, be it perception, be it any other processes, it all depends on a healthy brain. And healthy brains comes from a good neurogenesis. Neurogenesis is actually, a process where you develop new brain cells, especially in the hippocampal area. So hippocampal area in your brain is actually dedicated to memory and learning. And if you don't get a good night's sleep, that includes, four stages, three NREM stage and one REM stage, which lasts for about 90 minutes. So for a healthy person, it takes around 6 to 7 cycles of these NREM and REM sleep. So if a person is skipping sleep, that means that person will not be able to, function properly in future. When we are talking about learning, a student, particularly in school, they have to spend so much of time, concentrating and focusing on their work. They have to learn new projects, new lesson every day. And if their cognitive system and cognitive processes are not working, it's not fair. It's not fair for them, to suffer in silence. So I think they should get, a good education, that why, the sleep is very important part of their life, just as food. And on the other hand, we should also tell them that this particular myth about nicotine, that when you consume, nicotine or caffeine, you get into your alert mode. That's just a myth.
Okay.
Nicotine will only, disrupt your sleep, and you will never be able to proceed, from beta, alpha, theta to delta. And all these stages are very, very important for a good night's sleep. Otherwise, they will be developing insomnia and other REM sleep disorder or NREM sleep disorder.
Okay.
So poor sleep will obviously affect their cognitive processes. They will not be able to, concentrate. They will forget things. They will be less motivated, and eventually they will develop, some craving for, other substances in order to function. So, poor sleep will harm their physical as well as mental health. And it will also lead to some or the other form of addiction. It can be nicotine, it can be caffeine or heroin or etc. So this is the crux, but I would like to educate my viewers about this sleep cycle. See, this sleep cycle will start from beta to theta.
Okay.
And for this, you need a proper environment. As the ma'am was saying, that sleep hygiene is, it's a basic habit that you have to follow in order to get a good night's sleep. So these particular things come under that sleep hygiene only, that you have to avoid, doom scrolling, you have to avoid late night coffee, you have to take, light food at night, so that your system can work properly. And especially when we're talking about adolescent is basically a stage of growth, where, their tissue, their muscles and everything is in, budding stage, and they are developing, and a lot of cell division is going on. And for a good cell division, healthy cell division, sleep is mandatory. So I would like to educate the parents as well as our students that sleep is not a waste of time. एक पुरानी कहावत थी, जो सोता है वो खोता है, but ऐसा नहीं।
जी बिल्कुल, आपने ठीक कहा, क्योंकि सोना बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट है। और हम देखते भी हैं कि छोटे बच्चे जो होते हैं वो अक्सर ज़्यादा सोते हैं, बिकॉज उसी से उनकी ग्रोथ होती है, उनकी मेंटल ग्रोथ होती है, फिजिकल ग्रोथ अच्छे से होती है। रश्मि मैम, मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगी कि कुछ ऐसी प्रैक्टिसेस ज़रूर हैं जो अगर हम अडॉप्ट कर लें, स्पेशली अगर हमारा एडोलेसेंट जो यूथ है वो अडॉप्ट कर ले, तो स्लीप हाइजीन को मेनटेन किया जा सकता है। सो व्हाट आर दोज प्रैक्टिसेस?
Madam, so many practices are there for the adolescents. I can tell here right now कि first you reclaim your rest. So and sleep hygiene is very much essential, and keep sleep your schedule consistent, and bedtime and wake up time daily. That means consistent time must be there, and optimize your environment like dark, quiet and cool room. So limit the screen time, and avoid caffeine. She said that avoid all those kind of things like caffeine and alcohol, and prevent sleep cycle disturbance, and relax and recharge in the slide. If you go to that slide also, in the slide it is there, relax and recharge, pre-sleep relaxation technique. Yes, next slide. So yes, so if the adolescents students are doing the not, it is not for the adolescents only, it is for all. And if someone is doing the meditation and concentrating upon the mind and for bringing the concentration, that yoga is very much required, so that meditation is very much required for this healthy sleeping. And that will reduce the anxiety, and it will develop the calmness in the mind. And if you'll have the deep breathing before sleeping also, it will activate the relaxation response, and you can get the sleeping. And if you can have the warm bath and with the showers, so it will promote the sleep onset and relaxation. And gentle stretching kind of or yoga, so it is very much required before just going to sleep, and it really just tensions before sleep. And every day do some exercises, yoga asanas, as for the guidance of the yoga instructor. So do the meditation again, I'm telling, and read the spiritual books, and go for gardening if garden is there, and do the nature walk and talk, work and nature walk and talk, so self talk I mean to say. And pay attention towards the lifestyle, this is very much important. You have pay attention towards the lifestyle. One needs to establish a good balance between the study and the leisure pursuits. As Astha said that, so जो सोता है वो खाता है, वो जो सोता है वो खोता है, वो नहीं है. But here I can say that maintaining the balance, one needs to establish a good balance between study and the leisure pursuits, leisure time. So bring, next point I can say that, bring awareness on the mind and body interaction. So mind body interaction is at the center for almost all the experiences as one is going through.
Right.
So one should be aware about this mind and body interactions, and thus it deals with the situations and experiences with understanding. So here another point I can tell, that anticipation. One needs to have a realistic expectation of what can go wrong, what can go right. So this would help one to be prepared for such a situation lest it should arise. So the next point is problem solving. So problems, life is full of the problems, everybody knows it, but problems are a part of day-to-day functioning, and that adolescents must understand, and it should be seen as a rule rather than exception. So that should be a problem-solving approach in order to overcome them in the best possible manner with the available resources. So again, I'll tell that reviewing our lives from time to time, reviewing our lives from time to time, it involves considering what are our aims, what are our goals, and goals in our life, and whether we are taking steps to whether we are going to achieve, whether we are going to take the step for achieving or not. This would provide a direction towards.
Right. Ma'am, you whatever you're saying makes complete sense, is totally relevant, and we are left with very little time. So very quickly, let me go to the counselor also and ask for some tips, that can be used for maintaining the sleep hygiene, especially when it comes to, making the adolescent understand about avoiding intoxicating things. Astha ma'am.
Okay, so the first point that I would like to add is that firstly, you'll have to educate yourself. Parents and students, they must know what are these substances, what are their categories, and how they influence our health. See, nicotine comes under stimulant. There are varied other kind of drugs, that can hamper your cognitive functioning like for a week. So we must get this proper education from a good channel. So without awareness, you cannot, implement any kind of plan. Second, when we are talking about school students, they generally succumb to peer pressure. So you should learn to say no, I'm not interested. So peer pressure is another thing. So you should learn when to say no, when to say yes. You should not succumb to that. Then third is like you know, how you have to maintain that hope in your life. We all are dealing with stress, you know, varied kind of stress. If you're feeling stressful, go for good coping methods, such as, you know, seek support, go to counselor, go to your family friend, go to your best friend and say, I'm not feeling this and that. I'm
Yeah.
seeking help. I want
Yes.
help. So these are certain points that can help, and definitely see maintaining a ray of hope is very much essential. That can
Absolutely.
be done by, you know, different channels. It can be a, you know, inspirational book, an inspirational figure, you know, anyone. So you'll have to find yours,
Yeah. We
which
must
works best for you.
we must learn to set the boundaries and say no. And you know, with that, I'm heading towards the concluding remarks. Rashi ma'am, I'll take your concluding remarks, because you have shared some very important points along with a practicing counselor. What would you like to say at the end on this occasion?
So, World No Tobacco Day on this occasion, this
Yeah.
topic has been framed for our adolescents, because this program is for it's of Kishore Manch.
Yeah.
So, this actually, I mean to say here, my suggestion will be for the adolescents, take the suggestions from your friends. As Astha said, that I'll go for. And also, this is not the responsibility of one or one adolescent. It is not like that. The responsibility, role and responsibility of the headmaster or principals or parents or teachers or community members. It is not like that somebody is taking intoxicating things and somebody is going. So I generally do, if anybody is coming in front of me, I generally say. So actually that kind of thing must be there from the
Yeah.
community members, community
True.
leaders. If everyone will be vigilant for this, then automatically this will not be happened with the adolescents, and
Absolutely.
adolescents will get the good sleep, and also sleep hygiene will be there with the adolescents.
True,
This is
true.
my.
Staying vigilant is the key, whether it's the adolescent or the family members or the community at large. Astha ma'am, your concluding remarks, please.
I would suggest that parents, they should be there, you know, the cheerleaders of their child.
Yes.
They should give some amount of their, you know, time to them. Like, you know, they should act as a stress buster. Their teen is going through, you know, some hustle or
Yeah.
bustle. They should know. And for students, I would like to say, set your personal goal.
Yes.
Believe me, if you have a personal goal, you will feel less stressful, and that purpose will pave the way.
True.
You'll not be lost in these substances for sure.
Absolutely. So create a goal and step by step try to achieve it. Consistency is the key here. And on this note, I am going to thank both my experts, Ms. Astha and Dr. Rashmi. Thank you so much for your time and contribution to the session. It was indeed an eye-opening one, especially on this wonderful occasion. Thank you so much once again. Well, viewers, it's time. Yeah. It's time for me to wrap up the session over here of Sahyog, where we talked about rest without nicotine, sleep hygiene for mental wellness on World No Tobacco Day. I hope that you will follow all the norms and you will stay safe. With this, I am wrapping up the session over here, but some important updates for you. Let's start with the textbooks. Textbooks for grade 4 and 7 are now available on Amazon, Flipkart and NCERT website. You can purchase your copies from there. And also what you will be watching tomorrow. Let's take a quick look at the schedule. So we'll start the day with Yogshakti. Then definitely we will have another session of virtual lab at 10 in the morning, where we are focusing this week on the middle stage schooling. Then at 11 a.m. we will bring you our session Ullas, followed by the session of teaching learning interventions at 12. This will be mathematics and the topic will be circles. 2 p.m. there will be a session of mathematics once again with shapes and angles, followed by a session of Samajik Vigyan at 2:30. 3 p.m. is the time for sciences. We will learn about diversity, followed by a session of mathematics once again titled Lines and Angles. 4 p.m. will be the time for our online training program, and the topic will be Samudaik Radio and iRadio. And at last, we will end the day with our live session Sahyog. With this, it's a wrap. This is me, Harpreet Kaur, taking leave of you. Namaskar.